So I was just going to hang out with you here for a minute just to explain to you a few things about my writing and about other things. I'm I don't really have a mission here with this video, but it's just basically about my writing being stolen from underneath me from one of my places that I lived. It was like my personal second apartment that I ever lived for myself, which was actually the longest, still to this day. I believe, yeah, it was the longest that I've ever lived in one place. And this was done on purpose too, like leading me from place to place, or my father like pushing circumstances to literally psychologically torture my mom, psychologically damage his own kids. Like literally, fucking your own daughter doesn't establish that, dick. But so my writing, I had 2 boxes full of writing, right? Full of notebooks standing upright, mind you. Full of writing. Now, when that place was taken away, all of my writing went into storage. Well, when I was bled up from working, with my hands, mind you, I doing anything. Like, I was being bled out dry from not only the poisonings, but I was being led there blindly by the poison to not have my own performance, my own origination of sound mind and self-control, self, and all of that kind of thing. So, through them establishing that was, I think, personally, this is opinion, but I think personally, I think it's very, very, very close to the representation of what's happened, not just speculation. But you can think whatever you want. I believe wholeheartedly that because I was being poisoned by a poisoned, type of covert masked murderer to play about these affairs in my life, left and fucking right in my life, mind you, since I've met him. I believe that when that stuff was in storage and I could no longer afford it, when it went up for auction, that he had been the one that bought it. Why do I think that he was the one that bought it? Because I think that he's a liar. I think that he works in such a way that is being allowed by the degeneracy out here of these free cuckolding masons, mind you, possibly. So, with that being said, and him hacking me, hacking my email, hacking my accounts when I'm in the homeless shelter, hacking my accounts when I was living in Stacy, Minnesota, hacking my accounts when I was working for Strong Converting, thinking, well, fuck, this is like, I can't tolerate this anymore. I had a guy friend at work there that's, well, get back on that shit. Don't allow them to say that you don't have the right to be online. Make another one. I was just going to give up. Like, I was at that point. So luckily he said that, because I didn't give up. Just like I didn't in this last hacking. I got, that's 3 Facebooks, my email, my own phone number, trying to stop me from working, get into a car accident that was set up, having those things happen, where it's just like taking my writing away from me, right? Covertly. Covert warfare, covert operation. Either way, the writing is taken away from me. Either way, the stuff I had gathered for so long was taken away from me. Either way, I had to throw away a whole lot of materials that took me time, energy, resource, working with my hands to collect and get. So this was the Second time of me losing everything. The third time of me losing everything and just literally losing my bearings was in Mounds View. After that, after being like fighting, you know, homelessness of my own, like literally being forced into a position that was like, you know, even my own brother telling me, I don't think you should be living with your mom. Why not? Where am I supposed to go? I don't care. You shouldn't be living there with your mom. So I should just go on the streets. You won't take me in, or my other brother won't take me in, or no one will take me in with what's happened to me here, left and fucking right. Like, they're just making it by force, as though it's all me. Mind you, being poisoners since I was a kid, poisoning me up blindly, unable to see to get away, and even when and where I had wanted to, love bombing me to get me back into a line. So I remember talking with one of my cousins at that point before losing my stuff that second time, not in Mounds View, but in Ferdley, Minnesota. That's where I was staying, dealing with a whole bunch of covert warfare, mind you. Like, I couldn't trust anyone for nothing. And neither should you. Neither should you. It really boggles my mind that there's this many people in the world who can't fucking trust each other. But, you know, to each their own, who want to, like, actually live and abide in Christ Jesus or not. But there's not many that actually do. But it was suggested to me to work with my hands, and I was like, well, I'm trying to work with my hands, and I'm trying to do things that I'm thinking is very much working with my hands. These people aren't letting me. Well, that was like Lightyear Wireless and Cashback Wireless and Solave and, you know, all this other bullshit that we were working in for network marketing. But they weren't network marketing with me. They were networking me. So because they were networking me, the whole time, it got me to Mounds View, like place after place after place with my mom to end up in Mounds View. And then, mind you, there were setups along the way there too. Many setups and stages along the way to ensure that I was just going to be rattled out of my own origination of sound, mind, self-control, availability to myself, performance, everything. So, just like when we were kids, it was quote unquote, we're gonna make this, and this time it's gonna happen. Well, that was the saying before, and before that, and before that, and before that. But then you're not even working with me. You're like literally leaving me ignored as currently inside of many attempted murders on my life, leading me without any kind of resourceful action based on the state to suggest that they have any power of assertion to go after people for probable cause and do the right thing. Okay? So they led me blindly. And I say blindly because it was poisons that were like murking me out this entire time. And because they were murking me out this entire time, I'm being led to the wolves in sheep's clothing. And the wolves were in stages.
Bluetooth connected.
My own lovers, my own friends, my own family members, and others within the community. Of faceless names and nameless faces that you just wouldn't see coming. So, because I'm being bled dry, staged in my energy for time to be stolen from me, it's also bleeding me dry to be able to work with them, ignoring me to suggest I'm working, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They're not leading me into a place that's to suggest of, like, the real world, trying to teach people how to make money online, right? And how to teach people how to do their own gig, make their own business, make their own website, do all of the copywriting, do all of the designing, or having an established process of being able to, you start here, you end up here, you have this thing that you pay a little bit more money for because maybe you have to work a little bit harder to get there than other people do, but all of a sudden you're at the stage of actually being able to get out into the public. You've built something. You've built something real that can not only make you money, but can make other people money. And it's a win-win situation, because not only are you having something that's worthwhile to sell because it's providing a service, or it's providing people with something to possess, something that they can materially have in their life, or whatever it is, that they feel confident about buying, about purchasing. And not only that, but the business side of it is to where you can establish an actual business that not only helps yourself make money, but anyone else that wants to join you within business is also made available to make money, and a lot of it. So you win, your customers win, and the people that you're working with win. The people that you're networking with win. Not, you're making a scene for no thing to be established. And how I mean that is that if you're dealing with the people that are supposed to be networking with you, and instead of networking with you, they're just networking you, you're within now a proxy warfare of hacking, hijacking, identity theft, literally stripping you. You can imagine yourself hungry, without clothes, shoes, or socks, running around the middle of a blizzard. Because that is where they are leading you. Literally. What they're doing for you is not meant to help you, but meant to network your time, your energy, and your resources, so that they can hide the many manifolds of crimes, poisoning, hacking, hijacking, networking you, trafficking you, having all of your information being bled out to these people who are hacking you, so they can trade you like they're treating you on this NASDAQ of your time and energy and resources, so that whenever you are making anything, say you need to be up here, but you're here, right? You're just about past the threshold of breakthrough, right? And you're climbing up, right? You're about to get there. Then they poison you, hack you, data map you, gain your trust, love bombing you because you're poisoned. You're blindfolded now. You're being blindsided. And it's all meant to steal that value. You got, say it's $6,000. Say it's $4,000. Say it's $30,000. Whatever it is. Wherever you are at to reach that breakthrough and breaking point, it's to stop you, collect it, and strip it away from you. So you can imagine me ripping off my shirt, basically. Let's say this is $30,000, right? This shirt. All of a sudden, you're stripped bare, blindfolded, can't coagulate things to be able to speak them. So duct tape is around my mouth. And you're like, trying to get help, right? You're trying to get help. You're being like tied. You're being like chained, right? Okay. So with them writings going away, now it's because I see through the crime that now they have to stage up events. So there's more to deal with law. There's where they're instead of them just utilizing your love life, your time, energy, and resources against you, putting you up underneath that gun, right? They got you under the barrel of the gun, right? Taking shots constantly. You're just blindsided, taking all these shots. Now they're weaponizing the legal system. Same thing. Now you got a bunch of players covertly marking you up to take you out. Now you're writing, okay, my own originality was going to be saying, well, I'm gonna get to a place, work on this, get there, have an awesome, amazing business, right? That helps people, that helps the people I network with, and helps myself grow exponentially to help other people grow exponentially, and even helps the customers exponentially, right? So now that I had everything like being built, had everything clickable, had everything manageable to like just needing that little bit of space and time with the energy to be able to suggest that I was going to be able to get it online, literally get it online, work with other investors, work with other potential clients and other network marketers and other people networking for creating something fantastic, right? So if you work on something like that and you're like, okay, well, now I'm in a place where not only are they trying to strip me of myself and my dignity, my love life, my time, energy, resources, performance, now they're trying to strip me by law. And then the next thing is, because of the identity theft, they want to strip you from house, from home, to be able to home even the feeling inside of my home, because it was gaslighting with these affairs, completely gaslighting me to lead me blind, to literally blindside me to my own covert death, right? So they're going to blindside me to my own covert death, bring me and lead me to death, bleed me dry, like you're hung up on the noose of a tree, bleeding, and they're covering the whole wall of shame of what they're doing with, oh no, we didn't do anything but try and help him, and we were always there for him, and la da da. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You never were. Explain to me a time that you were, and I'll tell you the ways that it wasn't that. So now, because I literally need like 20 notebooks, because like I've literally finished off like 3-4 notebooks in two and a half weeks. I probably have about, I don't know, 10, 12, 13, 14, I don't know, a bunch of notebooks that I've like legitimately filled up. Like even like the pages that aren't pages, like the opposite side of this, and it's like everything, the whole thing, everything, the whole thing, over and over. And so you think about writer's block. I have none, zero writer's block. Where all the times before I would be running into positions where I would have writer's block, where like, what's going on? Something's not right here, and then you just lose all availability of knowing anything you're missing at all. You're blindfolded completely, blindfolded to not only the crime itself to be able to see it, but you're also blindfolded to yourself from being able to even know that you're missing anything at all. So, with you actually missing all of that, I need to know why. Why does the government write up laws if it's devoid of love? Where does law come into play that can actually do anything about real heavy to do crimes over a person's life and livelihood when it's stripping you of not only your time and availability to growth and to freedom that you need now, but it's completely stripped every last point of your life, every single age I've been at, every single month and day and week in, week out, day in, day out, month in, month out, wherever it was, and you're just trying to defend yourself from things that you can't see. Imagine the blindfolds on me still. I'm going through life, defending myself. You're just defending yourself, and all of a sudden you're just going crazy because you don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what the fuck to do. You don't know how to escape this mess. You don't know where to take it. You just don't see it for what it is. But now that I see it for what it is, it's gotten much worse. It's like these people legitimately need me dead. They don't just want me dead now. They legitimately feel the absolute necessity to take me out. And I mean, it was before now. I mean, a necessity, because their necessity was identity theft, deed transfer, equity, equity theft, literally stealing me, my name, not just my time, energy, resources, availability to see through this covert warfare or any of that, straight up blocking as much as I can of the attacks against me. Obviously, I was bled right into homelessness. And then even in homelessness, I'm fighting covert warfare that was poisoning me, restricting me from my performance, causing me a problem where it'd be even working for this guy. He'd be like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you gotta do something different. Why? What happened? And this was right after that fact of fall into the gravel, crawl into the water, barely feeling like I made it out of the situation alive. Again, not having reasonability of my mind to suggest to me momentarily later that anything is happening at all that's out of the ordinary, because this was my reality since I was a little baby. This was what I was led into. That was my reality. I didn't have a reality like normal people do, where they aren't being led to the slaughter by their own family members, their own dad, getting away with fucking just crazy, just making a complete mockery out of his whole family, a complete imbecile's action over his own family. And mind you, I'm just, I've had it, just completely, obviously, being drawn up in this fashion. But obviously a guy raping his own daughter is not a good man. Not at all. But on top of that, his own daughter that was born with congenital heart defect, born with half of a heart. Not to mention that, but an arsenic poisoning can very much well create that within a victim of a date rape type of situation. So mind you, these things being very prevalent back in the day, what do you think happened? You can guess for yourself. But I believe that my sister was born with black feet. Coming out and having to be rushed into the hospital right away was because of a very calculated poisoning of my mother. That's what I think. I know that's speculation because there's no way to prove it. besides just eyes seeing with their eyes to spiritually see what can happen when a guy is that sick of a fuck in the first place. But that was my dad. So now I was poisoned up to have these people playing into their crimes, into that way, to even the point of plagiarizing my reality or placating on my reality blindly, poisoning me off to push me right into the fucking crimes. Push me. And for anyone else to suggest that that's not an easy thing to get out of and they want to suggest to me that I'm the criminal, I am. Me. I'm the criminal because I've been sitting there steadily blindfolded with my fucking tongue tied, unable to fucking coagulate my thoughts for real, out my mouth like this, and being in writer's block all the time, needing 35 notebooks so I can write those up in the next 3 weeks. Being bled out dry, not having the availability of my time, resources, energy, or anything to the way that I would have led my life. But then all of a sudden, here I am, stinking up to high hell like I've already fucking died. And the fact of the matter is that you can do everything correctly. You can wake up, work out, shower, try and get it out, eat the right foods as much as possible, being as poor as you are, brush your teeth 3 times a day or better, try, sure, I drink coffee and smoke cigarettes, but that's a different thing altogether. And not to mention that I think those things would not even be there. I personally liked tea, and I liked Ayurvedic medicine, and, I like more of a natural life than I've been able to live, truthfully. But anyone to suggest that you just have the availability of making that happen when you're a poisoned up victim and you're being pushed into this hijacking and hacking and literally identity theft and your integrity being completely bled out of yourself without your even awareness of you missing a damn thing at all. Reaching out for these peoples is love, much like a Stockholm syndrome being created by craft, but then where are you supposed to go? But then going back to the writing, it's just that I needed to get all of this out, regardless if I was able to be the drummer, get into a band, or work with like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, 12 other artists to make something real happen, which was like initially my goals. And the reason is that I had to do that and write over other people's music and find other people's music is because they'll keep staging up these ways to suggest that it's copyright to the point of taking it away. If they can't get that, then they'll buy a song or 2 to make it go away. And I just have to go, okay, well, I'm already 10xing it. How about let's try and 100x what Bob Marley did, just in that fashion of what I am actually doing and presenting out here to be able to get through and do. I'm trying to literally reach breakthrough in my life. I believe I wholeheartedly deserve to, instead of being bled up in this covert warfare, psychological torture, abuse, and operational bullshit. Synagogue of Satan and satanic ritual abuse times fucking getting whatever, hurt really badly in the bottom with the thingy the size of this country, just tearing your life completely apart in a really rapey fashion. But the fact of the matter is that if I wasn't able to do this and at least try to get this out, then all of it as well, it's like this home that I've tried to make feel like a home, which it hasn't ever. It hasn't ever because of what's happened to me. I really wanted to. I prayed and wanted to sanctify my own home and all sorts of stuff. You just feel like you're literally possessed, but it's not a possession. It's you're cursed by the possessions of others that want to inflict that type of pain onto you. And then do they want to do any work at all? Do they want to do that dark work and go through that darkness alone, isolated by craft? I highly doubt it. I don't think that they would be okay with it themselves, which is why they just never thought that I'd be able to make it out of their warfare alive in the first place, you see. So I had no choice but to move the way that I've been moving with my music, with my lyrical values, hoping that I'd get more than what I am getting out here as far as views are concerned and things like that. But I'm still hoping to reach breakthrough. If I don't reach breakthrough, it's legitimately feeling like I lose everything again for the, fifth time. And all along being losing this, that, and the other. Oh, okay. Life goes on. Losing this, that, and the other again. Okay, life goes on. I still have some stuff that I've collected along the way. But that's what it always is. It's you collecting enough to be able to say, okay, I'm going to move with this. And then they rip a third of it away, or rip an eighth of it away even, or rip 100th of it out. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter if it's in increments. It doesn't matter if you fall asleep with the proxy-made lover that takes your card and goes to McDonald's and buys things with your card, or goes to fill up her gas tank, or goes to buy cigarettes, to make it seem like, if you're looking at it on your own situation while you're fighting this covert warfare, blindsided, that it's just to take a little bit away from you at a time. Little bit here, little bit there. We'll do 2 times this week. We'll do it 1 time this week, and then we'll wait a week, and then we'll do it 3 times this next week. Doesn't matter how much that money is. It's your time, your energy, your workmanship, your performance, your craft, your home, your love life, your finances. You are being sabotaged by a craft, by a design. So I just wanted to speak out real quick about why I'm working so hard and why I'm creating so many damn videos, because I believe wholeheartedly that I'm dealing with one of the very worst crimes imaginable to people. And it's been for such a long time in my life that if you have anything to sow into my life, I'm on Cash App. It's the money sign ChaseYourDreamsToday, which I've always been wanting to change. But I had plans to. Legitimately. It's just been one thing after another, as you can imagine. But if you can sow anything into my life, I wholeheartedly believe that these things come back to you. And I do pray that they come back to you in Jesus' mighty name. No matter if it's $8 or $228, just whatever it is. If it's $2.28, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just I'm in a situation here where I believe I have the right to ask you for help, given the monstrosity of the situation that I've been given. Period. Whichever way you think of it. You could think I'm completely lying, and I still deserve it. You could think that I'm speculating, I still deserve it. You could be reasonable and think that you have the spiritual eyesight to see, like how Tupac was saying, realize, all of them real lies. And then you could sow in anything to me. And I believe that it'll come back to you in folds. In Jesus' mighty name. So if you can sow a seed today, please do so. And please have faith in our mighty dear Lord and Savior. Again, it's Cash App. It's the money sign. Chase Your Dreams Today. All one word. Or if you have Venmo, it's ChaseYourDreamsNow. So it's either Cash App, Chase Your Dreams Today, or ChaseYourDreamsNow on Venmo. I made those a long time ago. And with my actual website and motive of like motif, like what I wanted to actually create and do, which I don't really want to give everybody the information out here online. It's already been stolen completely from me by hacking. The whole idea, all of my ideas have been like being viewed by these people, like literally try and steal everything away from me. Everything. So I hope that you'll understand why I'm out here asking for a little bit of change in my life, and I hope that you'll support me either way. Your contribution of prayers means a lot to me. Your contribution of hearing my message and hearing my videos means a lot to me. And your contribution of just being here in general, whenever you can be, means a whole lot to me. So thank you very much for being here. God bless you, and I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I know that I'm trying to. Goodbye for now.